Well guys, as you can see, Ryan's been up to things.
Me? So we found us some stuff. Where to even start? So you guys know that we've been tinkering on Dodgy here, maroon and silver Dodgy, and Dodgy has kind of a rough frame. Got some rust on the front frame horns, and frame is actually cracked and welded under the fuel tank there. It's a northern plow truck. So we had some friends down last week and we were doing some shopping. You guys saw the video. Yeah, I showed you the cab. I don't remember what video it was in now, but we were doing something. I showed you we got the regular cab out behind the camper. But we found a frame over at a local wrecking yard that came out of a V10 Dodge long bed extended cab. And the frame is just absolutely flawless. Well, as a matter of fact, why don't we go take a look at it? We'll look at that and we'll come back and talk about this. So you guys can see, I mean, this thing is mint. The only rust on it is on this hitch, which I assume must have come out of something else. Everything flawless. The suspension, the brake lines, yeah, everything. A little dirty, little oil leaks up front, but so in Dodgy, we have a few issues going on, several. These perches right here on the front end in Dodgy, they're all rotted out and it's starting to come apart. These two holes, this side and that side, are slopped out from the arms moving back and forth on Dodgy, so the front end doesn't stay straight. The sway bar has nuts welded inside the frame here. They're all rotted out. And if you come around, probably over here, I can show you. Yeah, if you come around, go right around in here. This is where the front bumper comes, in. This horn right here, you see how it's lower, holds massive amounts of crap on these trucks.
You can actually see, looking in that hole, how full of dirt and nastiness it is in there.
But no rust. It hasn't even got through the paint on this frame. So our plan with this frame is, yes, it's 16-ish inches longer than Dodgy, but we'll get back to that. We picked this frame up for I think $400, plus we had to pay for the front and rear end, which to me I didn't mind doing because, like I said, Dodgy has some problems with her front end already, and having a spare rear end is just a good thing. I mean, I have no problem with having spare parts. This one has the sway bar on it, which we wanted to do to Dodgy. This one has the overloads on it, so this should ride a little better empty. And when you hook the camper or trailer on it, it'll come down. I've got to get the rubber pads. I think somebody stole them out of the junkyard. Not stole them, but somebody took them off it out of the junkyard. But yeah, that's it. Like I say, in my mind, a really prime example of what a Dodge frame should look like. So our plan is we're headed over to Harbor Freight once we drop off our friend's trailer to get some tools, and we're going to get the brakes freed up, and we're going to get some tires put on it so we can roll it around. We're going to strip this down to basically a bare frame. We're going to clean it up really well, degrease it, clean it up, brush it off, get any little rust spots, surface rust spots off, and we're going to put something like POR 15 on this, a couple coats, and we're going to really preserve this frame. Then we're going to run new brake lines, get our electrical run, and then we can start putting cabs and stuff like that on it. We're going to end up buying another hitch. This one is just, I mean, it's pretty beat. It's pretty rusty. Like I say, I'm sure it come off in something else. Could take the one out of Dodgy, but as you guys may or may not have seen, that's the old style where the ball flips up and everything. This one is the one that's got the lever you pull and take the ball out. So we're just going to go ahead and get another B&W hitch and put on this frame before we put a body on it, and yeah, kind of go from there. So this is really exciting, because this is going to be a complete ground up restoration of Dodgy. So we're going to start with a bare frame. We're going to put brake lines, we're going to put all new brakes, we're going to check all the bearings, change the bearings need to be changed. It's a fairly low mileage truck, but we're still going to go through the front and rear end, and we're going to start building it back up. We'll end up putting Dodgy's motor and transmission in, most likely just the way it sets, and then at some point, probably when we're in Maine, because we'll have more tools and more ability, we'll pull the motor and transmission and we'll rebuild the motor and rebuild the transmission. But everything else at this juncture will be new. We have no idea what our timeline is, if we'll get stuff swapped over this season while we're down here, or if this is the next winter project. But as I mentioned, the frame is like 16 or 18 inches longer because this is an extended cab frame. So that's where we came into, what do you do about that? So fast forward to Dodgy 6.0.
That's what you do about that.
So you guys know we got Dodgy, normal Dodgy. We got Dodgy 2.0 in Maine that we parted out. You guys saw
The red
us.
and black truck.
Yeah, you guys saw us pull the stuff out with the excavator. We got Dodgy 3.0, which has the cab out back in the hood over there. We got 4.0, which is that one, and then this one is 5.0. So this is,
How many trucks does it take to make one decent truck?
well, you know, we could have kept waiting for a regular cab frame, but traveling with the camper, the extended cab is going to be a lot nicer. Having room for the dog to get in the back seat, or just put some extra stuff in the back seat, that's going to be real nice. So
We all know the danger dog is not riding in the back seat.
No, true. Sue will probably have to ride in the back, so Dog can ride in the front. We basically bought this whole truck just for this cab. This is a 1500 extended cab short bed, half ton. It is four-wheel drive. Cab is, you know, you guys can probably look up under here, dirty, but spotless, if that makes sense. Like it's
There's no rusty bits.
it's almost criminal when you look under like Dodgy or any other truck up north, and you come down here and start looking at this stuff, and you're like, anything I have to tear apart on this truck is just going to unbolt, which is like amazing. So driver's side's better. If you go look at the driver's side floorboard, you can see the carpet.
So yeah, you can see, there's where he's talking about, the carpet right through the bottom of the truck, which is, and that kind of tender spot on the frame, which is why we're actively working to make one really nice truck.
So yeah, I mean, this truck is kind of interesting because it's pretty rough, but yet it's pretty nice. So somebody put an actual 4-inch lift in it, and they put some fairly light duty aftermarket 4-links, and the top one on this side is broke and the top one on the other side is broke. So you don't want to hit the brakes real hard because there's not a whole lot holding the front end in this thing. But the previous owner put a brand new steering box, steering shaft, all sorts of parts, and I mean, we got it probably for a little more than you might want to pay for it, but in the long run we're pretty sure we're going to be able to get rid of the wheels and tires and the rest of the parts, probably recoup, I'm betting, at least half of our money back, and we'll have a really nice frame, pretty decent door, some fenders, body, stuff we can probably sell. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So we're going to back this thing off the trailer, see if we can keep the front end from not falling out of it. And oh, it has no reverse, so we're not going to back it off the trailer, we're going to roll it off the trailer. And Sue will let you watch me do that. It does, sounds pretty good. They've kind of straight piped it, but it's it runs good. Just like I say, we bought it just for the cab, so that's kind of where we're at. we'll kind of probably make a series out of this project, because it's going to be pretty cool in my mind, because it's basically, we're starting with that frame, just the frame, and we're going to build a brand new truck. Might take us 2 to 3 years, but that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to climb up in here. I've got both ramps down, and I'm going to see if I can got enough pitch to roll this back. Oh, the driver's door doesn't open, so I got to go in the passenger side. The driver's door opens, it just doesn't latch, so it's tied shut at the moment.
I just gave him a little shove. And there she is, sitting in the yard. Looking beautiful. I just had to give you a little shove.
I gotta use my door latch. So this is a common Dodge issue. The latch starts to crack around the latch, and then you close the door and it doesn't hit and it rips and yada yada yada. So he was just tying the door shut rather than going into the door, but anyways, that's what it is. We're again kind of excited about this project. So anyways, I hope you guys will watch through this series, enjoy it like we will, and see where it goes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, it's like December 18th. 70 something degrees.
It's snowing in
Maine.
Maine.